50% of e-commerce businesses choose a brand name they can't legally own, which leads to wasted money, forced rebrands, and even legal battles. Before you invest in logos, domains, or marketing, here's how to make sure your brand name is actually yours. And to make this even easier, grab my free Own Your Brand checklist. Just comment checklist below and I'll DM it right to you. Over the past 15 years as a trademark attorney, I've helped thousands of businesses with branding and trademarks. And in fact, over 95% of the trademark applications my clients file get approved. I get it. Nobody wants to waste hours researching brand names and trademarks without knowing what to look for. Lose money on branding, logos, and packaging, only to realize they have to change their name, risk getting sued, or forced to rebrand after they've already built their business. But the good news, you don't have to go through any of that. Instead of guessing, use my simple lawyer-approved process to ensure your brand name is legally safe from the start. To be legal to use, your name has to be distinguished from all others. This means that your name can't be the same or similar to another selling the same or similar products. But how do you know what's too similar, and how and where do you find these names? Similarity refers to appearance, sound, and meaning. For appearance, do the names look similar? Do they have similar letters in the same order? Are there minor spelling variations or rearrangement of the letters? If multiple words, are they combined, spaced out, or rearranged in any different order? For sound, do the names sound the same or similar when spoken? Look for vowel substitutions, replacing numbers and words, and consonant substitutions like K for C. For meaning, do the names convey similar meanings or ideas? Are they synonyms? Are there secondary meanings if the words are not in English? What do they mean in English? For an action item, make a list of all the possible similar names you can think of based on appearance, sound, and meaning. Be over-inclusive. For similarity of products, ask these questions. What products would an average purchaser expect the same brand to sell together? What other products are used with each other? What products are displayed in the same aisle of a store? List all the possible categories of products similar to yours. Once you have these lists, now it's time to search. To find out if any of these names exist and are being used with similar products, start with Google. Type in your exact name in quotes and hit enter. If the brand name you've chosen pops up and if it's associated with the same or similar products or services you're trying to sell, you probably can't use the name. If you don't see any similar products or services, the next step is to search for all similar names you wrote down previously. The closer the name, the closer the products, the more likely it is that you don't have the rights to use the name. Next, repeat the search process while searching domain names. Then search social media handles. Finally, and most importantly, search for registered trademarks with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, or USPTO for short. There are two ways to do this, but I'll walk you through the easiest. First, go to the USPTO.gov. So we're on the USPTO.gov, and we want to go to the trademark section and click on Search Out Trademark Database. We'll click the button that says Trademark Search System, and now we're in the actual search system itself. So we want to look at our list and take our list, and I'll use for an example, I'll use an arbitrary name. I'll use orange, the actual color orange, and I'll assume that we're selling toothbrushes. They're not related at all. So the first thing that I want to type in, and these are called field tags, and you don't have to know too much about them. They're actually in the checklist itself. But the first is CM, and this just will search all similar meanings, pseudonames, things like that. So we want to type in CM, colon, and then simply orange in lowercase, and we will hit the little magnifying glass, and it'll pull up all of these results. Now it's a little crazy. There's almost 4,700 results. There's no way we can actually look through these and search. So one thing that you're going to notice is you're going to notice that a lot of these say dead canceled. And what this simply means is that these applications are either, they were canceled because somebody let them go, or they didn't get accepted, or somebody might not be using it again. So we don't really care about searching those. So we kind of want to get rid of those. And the way that we do this is we simply type end, and then we're only going to look for live, not dead applications and marks. So the field tag for that is LD, and for live, we type in true, and we'll hit the magnifying glass again. And this is going to narrow our searches. So now you see we have about 1,441, which is almost a quarter of that, which is getting a little easier, but it's still a little too much to search. So right now we're just searching the name. We haven't even gotten to the similar products yet. We need to get to the similar products now to see and narrow our search if there are any similar products with this name. And the way we do that is we'll simply go up to this trademark icon up here, and we'll come down to the search ID manual. The USPTO has this great trademark ID manual. They ID every single category of products, and we can simply type in our product. So assume I'm selling toothbrushes, so toothbrushes, and I hit the magnifying glass, and it's going to pull up all these class numbers. And I see the first one is toothbrushes. So assuming I'm just selling general toothbrushes, the class is 021. So I can go back to the search, and I can type in end again, and then I can type in the field tag, which is CC, which means coordinated class, and that's going to search all similar products and all similar categories to my 21. And I'm going to hit the magnifying glass again, And as you can see up here, it pulls up 430 results. Now, this is something that I can work with. And I'm simply going to go through all the names to see if they're too similar, the same or too similar, and also look on the products as well. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, assuming that I don't find any, is I'm going to simply do the same thing with the other names I came up with. I also simplify the search process more with my free Own Your Brand checklist. Just comment checklist below and I'll DM it right to you.